environment and personal influences. In psychology, they have a thing to where they talk about you are who you hang out with. I guess it's like the first four people that you hang around the most is the ones you're most like. So, a lot of people, they tend to wonder why are they like a certain way, or why are they doing certain things that, they deem as unhealthy, but they know it's unhealthy, but they believe that they can't change it. Well, anybody who is trying to change, I'll just tell you this. The first thing you got to do is change your fucking environment. Whether that's a place or whether that's a group of people. If you're around a bunch of sheep, you're going to eventually be a fucking sheep. But if you surround yourself with wolves, you will eventually become a wolf. Period. It's like an old saying that my granddad would always use, whenever I was getting in trouble and I was hanging out with dumbass individuals whenever I was younger. It's like, you lay with dogs, you're going to get fleas. So that's basically the same concept. So if you're really trying to change yourself for the better, maybe you want to consider doing some personal inventory on the people, places, and things that you have within your life. Because as soon as you change your environment, you change yourself, ultimately. That's as simple as it gets. Like me, I don't really necessarily hang out with people that much. I hang out with maybe two or three people. That's about it. Other than that, I hang out with myself because I don't really choose, because there's not really a lot of people who are of my same mindset. And that's the thing. If you're ever trying to grow into a certain thing, you need to hang around people who are just like that. That the motherfuckers who are going to hold you accountable for the shit. You know what I mean? Like, if you're, like, for instance, in my case, I am an amateur kickboxer. So if I hang around with fighters who are a lot better than me, or better yet, if I hang around pro fighters, I'm eventually going to turn into a pro skilled amateur fighter. If that makes any sense. Like, you have to take in consideration that, influences are very potent in our life. You know what I mean? It's influences. Whether or not you have good or bad influences is you. So, anybody who's really willing to change, that's where you start first. Start with your environment. Start with the people that you associate with, and if you can see that these certain individuals or certain things or ideas are not benefiting your growth as an individual, discard it. like how the Spartans would do with babies that were deformed or something. They would throw them off a fucking cliff. Throw that motherfucker that you're hanging out with, or the motherfuckers that you're hanging out with that are leading you down a bad path, off that cliff. Or throw the ideas or the concepts that you know that are unhealthy off the cliff too. Once you change your environment, you ultimately change yourself. Have a good day.